Pt.1, I have decided that I'm going to follow some divine inspiration. I went to one of my favorite hippie witchy stores the other day, and because Spirit said that I needed a book, and it was an interesting experience. It was very specific that I needed a book, but not what book, what kind of book. I had some ideas in mind of what kind of books that my silly human mind might like, though it turned out to be shopping for a book of the heart. And the book is called Awakening Osiris. Sorry, Awakening Osiris. I don't know why I wanted to really emphasize that, but it's translations of the Egyptian Book of the Dead by Normandy Ellis, and I'll put that in the description box. I definitely recommend get the book. But I've been feeling called to read from it. It's such an interesting book and not what I thought it was. And I'm not sure if I'm going to read all of it on here. This one piece will not be the whole book. This is going to be as much as I feel called to read right now. And then I will add other parts. And I don't know if I'll do it in order or not. This is kind of an experiment of its own kind. Though I definitely recommend that if you feel called to this, especially if you're on any kind of twin flame journey, look into the stories of Isis and Osiris because they are some of the oldest examples of myths of twin flames and the power of love. Maybe listen to that song too. That's the power of love. Okay, so I'm starting with the first chapter called The Return. Stars fade like memory the instant before dawn. Low in the east, the sun appears golden as an opening eye. That which can be named must exist. That which is named can be written. That which is written shall be remembered. That which is remembered lives. In the land of Egypt Osiris breathes. The sun rises and mists disperse. As I am, I was, and I shall be a thing of matter and heaven. On a midsummer's day, a rustle of beetles fly singing from dry grass to raise the sun like a dung ball. In the sky, bright as Newt's belly above her lover, the sun glints like yellow jasper. The body of heaven lies smooth and firm as an egg. It is a joy to lick the wind. On countless mornings I see the fireball roll, and tears roll down my cheek. The souls of men like tears from Ra stream down the face of heaven. The eye of the Great One sees how stars fade. Osiris returns from the mountain of sand to the green land of his birth. Morning comes to Egypt. Across an expanse of dirt and stone, cool shadows strain toward the mountain where in dry tomes the dead are yawning, wondering who's lit the temple fire and who has brought sweet cake. I, Osiris, rise and hurry into the two lands of the living, black earth and red earth joined by a buckle of sky. I embrace the double horizon. I embrace the two mountains, the east and the west. I am God of the living and dead, embracing my soul and shadow. The Ka of Osiris grows bright wings. His face glows with white heat. Above all, I speak with the voice of a hawk, my sharp as a blade against the wheat. My eye sharp as a blade against the wheat. I speak the word from which I made. I speak of truth and splendor and strength, of honor and death and power of return. I speak of the crested ibis. Where gods have gathered, the heart still grows. A procession of Jibberu walk, laying the eggs of other lives, a blue souls in another time. Incense rises where gods gather. Heaven and earth are long dreams weighed in the balance. A man is known by his words and deeds. Beautiful is the new sun sailing in a river of sky in the boat of morning. Beautiful is man in his moments in time, a thousand beads of thoughts on a white string. Darkness gives way to light, dumbness to speech, confusion to understanding. Devourers of the dead are given their own dry bones to eat. The worm that would suck the eye of Ra has been pierced by spears of light. His green heart has been pitched into the fire. It sizzles like rotten meat. The old man's house is a riot of living. In bright corners children are singing because their mother has given birth. The world is made new with laughter. The strings of the lyre hum. The sun floods the country and cities with light. Boats sail on emerald waters. Fish have returned to spawn. In the field a stubborn donkey sleeps, though his master thrashes him with a stick. I laugh because I have come home. I am content with the movement of hours. This is the meaning of yesterday, that friends remember my name, and after long journeys I am greeted by their voices on the road. They embrace my hands and my feet. Look what corn and grapes we share. Look what abundance of meat. Under the eye of the Great One with children of Egypt gather. Her four winds gather, mountain dwellers, basket weavers, potters, and musicians. In my life I've known the love of man and seen gods on their slow barges passing. The Ka of Osiris walks where he pleases. I am thought, shadow, bone. I am the black ibis pecking at corn and the blade of a hunting knife. I am the guardian of sun and moon, the falcon that flies between them. I shall be given day and night and all the space therein. In the bark of morning and the bark of evening I shall gain passage to hidden things. Law and truth, memory and time shall be my sails and rudders. This is the going forth of gods into the land of triumph. The river is emerald and filled with light. The course of this boat is true. Inside my people has always lived the grace of bulrushes growing. Like a fruit tree sprung up by the river Nile, my name rises the story of Egypt. That which is written shall be remembered. Osiris lives in the land and of his birth. Chapter 2. Greeting Ra. This day I am with you. Stabbed by the light of the great mind I awake. The sun crests the hill, and the hawk, according to a higher will, whirls and circumscribes day. I am called from my house. I shuffle sand underfoot, but my heart leaps. I open, am pierced by light. A cry escapes my lips. I know not what I say. It is the language of soul beneath skin, the song of birds in acacia trees. Beautiful is the golden seed from which the corn arises. Beautiful the sun on the hill from which springs God's day. My body nourishes some unfolding time and purpose. I shine bronze as Hathor's mirror. My heart lifts like the sun. Passion and power quiver on the land, casting long shadows. Now the people in their houses stir, yawning, shouting, stretching. Shot through with light, they glow and quiver. Stones of sunlight pile up in heaven. Emerald is truth when God draws near. Blessed are we by the sun. Ra is the child, a golden knot of flesh dropped from open air, bright star in the dark house of Osiris, heir to the ages, word edged into world. He grows a long beard and sits on the mountain, knowing its secrets. He rises from the flood, drawing up water. He quenches the thirst of his people. They drink and enter the river. He sucks the breasts of heaven, golden-haired, flesh on fire. Always burning, returning, always constant and new. It is his breath we breathe, his love that endures, his power that moves the world. We are the quivering of his arrows, the stirring of his hands. We are his spirit moving in matter. May the eye of God pierce us and give us the grace of his will. We are held in his hands. Like the ocean, we whirl and remain the same. We are bound by law and held by the truth of change, that all seasons return, and that which was once and is no more shall come again. Sing then, rejoice and bind yourself to his will. See how the seed falls from the tree and is buried. Die at once and live again. You shall grow like the sycamore, rooted in matter, bound for boundless sky. You shall be blown by wind. You shall see the storm and sing its praises. You shall lie in the fields and kiss the earth. Raise your arms. You shall see the fury of power of gods and change forever. Drink the cup of heaven. Let grace roll down your head like water. Drink in earth. Take in the things of the world. The barley grows straight in rows. The young shoots unfurl according to a higher purpose. Truth rides visibly through the world. Have you not seen it? The sun shimmers with the power of gold. We are breathless in golden air. Drink in the light and praise the cup of forever that spills out the threads of eternity. Ra is an old man waking the world as much with earth as the skin of a snake. He is with us, the spirit of gold, the god, the ebb of life, a watcher over the world. We rise like swallows and fly up the ladder of heaven. We sit in his hand. He buries us in the blue egg of the world. We are pressed into the soil and rise. We grow him. The world changes, gods and men. We spin and sing in the house of sun. The earth is glad. Cows chew the cud of light. We breathe the perfume of a golden flower. Old men and women rise, burst from their houses, arms lifted, dancing, crying, singing. Dawn is a lyre playing the song of the day. Ra rises. He goes out into the world, a passion, a fire burning up night, making day. His light ennobles the face of heaven. He warms the belly of the sky. He gladdens Nuit, his mother, or Newt, I think. He walks the upper regions, his heart inflamed with love. The waters in the pool of the farthest oasis are calmed. He gathers the sand serpents to his breasts. He fears no living thing. He made them, what is known and not known. He speaks their names and takes their venom. The snake who gobbles the entire the, the snake who gobbles the world enters Ra. Burned in fire, he vomits the evil he has spoken. His words are smelted onto gold. With a kiss, Ra turns poison into magic. He twines the snake about him. Now death lives on his forehead, side by side with light. Let breath come and go. Let the great world change. Let men see that serpents entwine the God as the light of God entwines each man. It brushes his lips with sunlight, with kisses of life, kisses of death, kisses of joy, kisses of poison and magic. The evening boat draws near. Ra comes to meet it at the edge of the sky, the edge of river, the thin blade of time. It arrives and he steps from the shore of knowing. He enters. Small waves rock the boat and stems of reeds are bowing. He sails off, north, south, east, or west. He travels lightly toward the other shore of time. Infinity is his. Behold, a star has entered sky. The geese take flight across a waxing moon. O substance, understanding of earth, creature of becoming making himself understood. Flames of fire lick his body like golden serpents' tongues, like the mouths of women in love. The wind uplifts him. He sings a dark song gliding toward in the boat of evening. He shows him our hands, the magic he placed in them. His boat slices water. He passes towering papyrus. 3 godlike ducks wade in and follow. They glide, turn, and spiral. 3 godlike sparrows swoop and spin above the banks. Even the frogs are dancing and singing. Ra rules the air and the gods invisible. The book of law lies in his hands. The speech of his lips falls lightly. And I'm going to leave it there because more of life is calling as morning is in fact here. So it was kind of cool to read it to that. I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, leave a comment below. If you didn't, well, that sucks. In any case, I'll see you in whatever the next installment of this is and all the other videos we do. Thanks for sharing, and subscribing. Madam T out.